Have you ever sent a message to someone and got no response? You check your phone once, twice, 10 times. Maybe they are busy, you tell yourself. Maybe they didn't see it. But what if the reason they're not responding has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you? This is the story of Marcus Chen, 28 years old, software developer, coffee enthusiast, engagement ring buyer, and as of 3 days ago, completely and utterly dead. Except Marcus doesn't know that yet. Let me tell you how it happened. March 23rd, 2024, a Thursday. Marcus was working from home like he did most days. His apartment in Brooklyn, 1 bedroom, decent view, too expensive but worth it for the location, was his office, his sanctuary, his entire world these days. He'd been dating Rachel for 3 years, living together for 1. She was a graphic designer, funny, brilliant, and the only person who could make him laugh during debugging sessions at 2 a.m. 2 weeks earlier, Marcus had done something huge, something terrifying, something life-changing. He'd bought a ring, not just any ring, the ring, 2 months' salary, his grandmother's diamond reset in a modern band. Rachel had no idea. Marcus was planning to propose that Saturday at Prospect Park, her favorite spot. He had it all figured out. The timing, the words, even the backup plan if it rained. But first, he had to finish this project. A major client deadline. Friday morning. Just 1 more night of work and he'd be free to focus on the proposal. Marcus sat at his desk, 3 monitors glowing, coffee cup within reach, the kind of setup every developer dreams of. Mechanical keyboard, ergonomic chair, noise-canceling headphones playing lo-fi beats. He was in the zone, that perfect state where code flows from brain to fingers without conscious thought. Everything was clicking. The project was almost done. And then, it happened. No warning, no pain, no dramatic moment. 1 second, Marcus was typing. The next second, he wasn't. A cerebral aneurysm, ruptured in an instant. His brain's blood vessels had been weak for years. Genetic, undiagnosed, a ticking time bomb no one knew existed. Marcus Chen died at his desk at 7:43 p.m. on a Thursday night. His body slumped forward. His fingers rested on the keyboard. The code on his screen remained unfinished, cursor blinking, waiting for input that would never come. But here's the thing about sudden death, especially when you're 28, healthy, with plans and dreams and a ring hidden in your sock drawer. Your consciousness doesn't always get the memo. Marcus blinked, stretched, rolled his neck. Okay, he said to himself. That was weird. Did I just black out for a second? He looked at his screen, same code, same cursor blinking. I should take a break, he muttered. I'm working too hard. Marcus stood up, walked to the kitchen, reached for his water bottle. His hand passed, through it. He stared at his hand, tried again. Same result. What the? Marcus shook his head, rubbed his eyes. Okay, I'm clearly exhausted. I'm seeing things. He looked at the clock on the microwave. 7:55 p.m. Rachel would be home soon. She'd gone to her sister's place after work. Something about helping with wedding planning. Her sister was getting married in June. Marcus decided to text her. He picked up his phone, or tried to. His fingers went right through it. Okay, this is getting ridiculous, he said aloud. Maybe I need to restart my brain or something? He laughed at his own joke, software developer humor. Have you tried turning it off and on again? But the unease was growing. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Marcus walked to the bathroom, turned on the light, looked in the mirror. Nothing. No reflection. Marcus stood there, staring at an empty mirror, and for the first time since he'd woken up, a real thread of fear crept into his mind. This isn't funny anymore, he whispered. Marcus spent the next hour trying to rationalize what was happening. It's a dream, he told himself. A really vivid, weird dream. I fell asleep at my desk. That's it. He tried to wake himself up, pinched his arm. Nothing. Well, he felt the pressure, but it didn't hurt. And that should have been another clue, but Marcus was in denial mode. He went back to his computer, tried to type. His fingers touched the keys, but nothing registered. No letters appeared on screen. Great, he muttered. My keyboard's broken too, in a dream? Really, brain? You're going to make me debug code in my sleep? At 8:30 p.m., he heard the front door open. Rachel. Marcus rushed to the living room, relief flooding through him. Thank God you're home. Something really weird is happening. I can't touch anything and there's no reflection in the mirror and... Rachel walked right past him. She didn't look at him, didn't acknowledge him, just walked straight to the bedroom, put down her bag, and pulled out her phone. Marcus followed her. "Rachel, babe, can you hear me?" She scrolled through her phone, completely oblivious. "Rachel," Marcus waved his hand in front of her face. "Rachel!" Nothing. She typed a message, sent it, put her phone down, walked back to the kitchen. Marcus felt panic rising in his chest. "This isn't real. This can't be real. She's ignoring me? Why would she ignore me?" He watched as Rachel opened the fridge, pulled out leftovers, microwaved them. The whole time, she had this look on her face, not angry, not upset, just sad, distracted, lost in thought. "Are you mad at me?" Marcus asked, even though he knew she couldn't hear. "Did I do something? Is this about the weekend plans? I can explain." Rachel ate her dinner in silence. Then she went to the bedroom, changed into pajamas, got into bed, all alone, as if Marcus wasn't even there, because, of course, he wasn't. 3 days passed like this. 3 days of Marcus trying desperately to get Rachel's attention, waving his arms, shouting her name, standing right in front of her. Nothing worked. He watched as she cried. He watched as she made phone calls, her voice breaking. He watched as people came to the apartment. Rachel's sister, her parents, even his own mom, and they all cried and hugged and said things he couldn't quite hear. And slowly, Marcus started to piece together what was happening, but his brain refused to accept it. "She's ghosting me," Marcus concluded on day 3. "She found out about the ring somehow and she's freaking out, and now she's ignoring me. That's it. That's the only explanation." He had convinced himself that this was some elaborate psychological breakdown on Rachel's part, that she could see him but was choosing not to respond, that this was all some weird fight they were having. "Fine," Marcus said to the empty apartment. "If you want to play it this way, Rachel, I'll wait. I'll wait until you're ready to talk." He sat on the couch, waited, and that's when he noticed the man. The man was standing in the corner of the living room, just standing there, looking at Marcus with an expression of infinite patience mixed with mild concern. He was middle-aged, maybe 50s, wearing what looked like casual clothes but somehow more refined. It's hard to describe, like normal clothes but cleaner, more present. "Who the hell are you?" Marcus demanded, standing up. "How did you get in here? Are you robbing us? Because I should warn you, I know Krav Maga." He didn't. The man smiled gently. "Marcus, my name is David. I'm here to help you." "Help me? Help me with what? Did Rachel hire you? Is this an intervention or something?" David took a step closer. "Marcus, I need you to listen carefully. Something happened 3 days ago. Something important. And I think deep down you already know what it is." "What are you talking about?" "Marcus, you died?" Marcus stared at him. Then he laughed. "Right. Okay. This is definitely a dream. I'm dreaming and my subconscious is being really dramatic about it." "You're not dreaming." "Then I'm hallucinating. Stress-induced psychosis? Too much coffee? Not enough sleep? That makes sense." "Marcus. Or, wait," Marcus interrupted, a new theory forming. "Are you hitting on me? Is that what this is? You broke into my apartment to, what? Seduce me with death metaphors?" David blinked. What? "Because I'm engaged, man. Well, almost engaged. And even if I wasn't, breaking and entering is not a great opening move." "Marcus, Look, I'm flattered, I guess. But you need to leave before Rachel sees you. Or before I figure out how to call the cops. Because right now, I can't seem to work phones, which is its own problem I'm dealing with." David pinched the bridge of his nose. In all his years as a spiritual mentor, and he'd had many, he had never encountered this particular misunderstanding. "Marcus," he said slowly, "I'm not attracted to you. I'm not breaking into your apartment. I am a spiritual guide, and you are dead. You died 3 days ago of a cerebral aneurysm." "Right." Marcus crossed his arms. "And I'm the Queen of England." "You're in denial." "I'm in Brooklyn," which is completely normal and understandable given the circumstances. "But Marcus, we need to move past this because you have a choice to make and time isn't what?" Marcus challenged. "Time isn't real. Because I'm dead? Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night, David." David closed his eyes, took a breath, sent a silent prayer to his own mentors for patience. This was going to be harder than he thought. David tried a different approach. Marcus, can I show you something? Is it your exit route? Because I'd love to show you that. Just come with me. Despite his bravado, Marcus was curious and scared and confused, and this David guy didn't seem threatening, just persistent. Fine, Marcus said. But if this is weird, I'm going to, well, I can't actually do anything because apparently I can't touch things, but I'll be very upset. David led him to the bedroom. Rachel was there, sitting on the bed, looking at her phone. At Marcus's phone, actually. Scrolling through photos, crying. See? Marcus said. She's fine. She's just looking at photos. Probably planning to surprise me with a photo album or something for my birthday. Marcus, when is your birthday? August. It's March. She's an early planner. David said nothing, just pointed at the phone screen. Marcus looked closer. Rachel was looking at a photo of the two of them from their trip to Maine last summer. They were at the beach, sunset. Marcus's arm around her, both of them laughing, and she was crying, not gently, sobbing. Why is she? Marcus started, but the words died in his throat, because on the nightstand, he saw it. A folded piece of paper, an official-looking document. He moved closer, read the header. Certificate of death, his name, Marcus Chen. Date of death, March 23rd, 2024. That can't be... Come, David said quietly. There's more you need to see. He led Marcus to the living room, to the corner where Marcus's desk used to be. The desk was gone. The monitors were gone. His chair, his keyboard, his perfect setup, all gone. In its place was a small table with flowers, photos, a candle, a shrine. No, Marcus whispered. No, that's for someone else. That's not for me. Look at the photos, Marcus. Marcus looked. His face stared back at him from half a dozen frames. Him at graduation, him with Rachel, him with his family, him at his desk, the desk that was gone now, smiling at the camera. People don't make shrines for living people, David said gently. This is a joke. This is a really elaborate, cruel joke. It's not. Then I'm dreaming. I'm in a coma. I'm hallucinating. You're not. Then what am I? Marcus shouted, and for the first time his voice broke. David met his eyes. You're in transition, Marcus. You're between worlds. Your physical body stopped functioning 3 days ago, but your consciousness, your soul, if you prefer that word, is still here, still tied to this place, to Rachel, to the life you thought you'd have. Marcus sank to the floor, or tried to. He sort of hovered near the floor, which was its own kind of unsettling. I can't be dead, he said. I have a proposal planned. I have a client deadline. I have so many things I haven't done yet. I know. I'm 28 years old. I know. I bought a ring. It's in my sock drawer. The blue striped socks. Rachel doesn't know. She found it. David said softly. She was packing your things. She found it. Marcus looked up at him. Tears he couldn't quite feel running down cheeks he wasn't sure he had anymore. What happens now? He asked. If this is real, what happens to me? David sat down next to him, or hovered near him. The rules of spiritual physics were still confusing. That's why I'm here, David said. To help you understand, to guide you through what comes next. And what does come next? Well, that depends on you, on what you choose, on what you're ready for. I'm not ready for any of this, Marcus said. No one ever is, David replied. But you're not alone. And death isn't the end, Marcus. It's just different. Different how? That's what I'm here to explain, if you're ready to listen. Marcus sat there, hovered there for a long moment, watching Rachel through the doorway, watching her grieve for him, for them, for the future they'd never have. Okay, he finally said. Okay, I'm listening. First things first, David said. You're not a ghost in the Halloween sense. You're not haunting. You're just lingering. What's the difference? A ghost is stuck, trapped by obsession or trauma or unfinished business. You're just newly deceased and confused. It's temporary. Most people move on within hours or days. You've been here 3 days because you refuse to believe what happened. Can you blame me? Not at all. Like I said, this is completely normal. Marcus looked at his hands. They seemed solid to him, but he'd already proven they couldn't interact with physical objects. So, what am I made of right now? He asked. Your paraspirit? Your spiritual body? It looks and feels like your physical body because that's what your consciousness is used to. But it's energy, not matter. That's why you can't touch things. Why you have no reflection. Why Rachel can't see or hear you. But I can hear her. You're still on a similar frequency. You're close to the physical world. That's normal for recent transition. Over time, if you stayed here, you'd fade further. Stop being able to perceive the physical at all. Over time, Marcus felt a spike of panic. How long can I stay? You shouldn't, David said. Staying here isn't healthy for you or for Rachel. You need to move forward. To where? To the spiritual plane proper. There are places there, communities, people who'll help you adjust, people who've been through what you're going through. Like heaven? Not exactly. It's not a reward or a destination. It's just another level of existence. And what you experience there depends on your spiritual state. Some people find light and peace immediately, others need healing first. Marcus processed this. And you? You're one of these spiritual guides? I am. I volunteered to help new arrivals adjust. I was a teacher when I was alive. History, high school, so this felt like a natural continuation. Helping people learn about this new reality. When did you die? 1997, car accident. I was 46. And you've been doing this for 27 years? Time works differently where I am now. It feels more like 5 years to me, but yes, by Earth time, it's been 27. Marcus tried to wrap his head around that. So, what happens to me? Do I just go with you? Disappear? Eventually, yes, when you're ready, but first you need to say goodbye. To Rachel? She can't hear you. I know, but you can still say goodbye. It helps. With closure, with acceptance. Marcus looked toward the bedroom. Rachel had fallen asleep, her phone still in her hand, his photo still on the screen. I don't know what to say. Say what you would have said if you'd known, the things you always meant to tell her. Marcus stood, walked, hovered to the bedroom doorway. He watched Rachel sleep. Her face was peaceful now, but he could see the tear tracks on her cheeks, the exhaustion in the lines, around her eyes. I'm sorry, he said softly. I'm sorry I never got to propose. I'm sorry I left you to plan a future alone. I'm sorry for all the little things I meant to do and didn't. Take you to that restaurant you wanted to try, fix the leaky faucet, tell you I loved you more often even though you already knew. Rachel slept on, unaware. I wish I could have grown old with you, Marcus continued, his voice breaking. I wish I could have seen you walk down an aisle. I wish we could have fought over baby names and argued about whose turn it was to do dishes and celebrated 50 anniversaries. He paused, then smiled through his tears. But I'm glad I got 3 years. 3 years of you laughing at my terrible jokes. 3 years of you making me try new foods I pretended to hate but actually loved. 3 years of you being you and me being me and us being us. He reached out his hand, couldn't touch her, but held it near her face anyway. I love you, Rachel. I loved you when I was alive. I love you now. And I'll love you wherever I'm going next. That doesn't end. That's the one thing David told me that I believe completely. Love doesn't end. Behind him, David smiled. You're ready, David said quietly. Marcus turned. What do I do now? You let go. You accept that this chapter is over and you open yourself to what comes next. Will it hurt? No, it's actually quite peaceful. Most people say it's like waking up from a dream. Marcus took one last look at Rachel, at the apartment they'd shared, at the life he thought he'd have. Then he looked at David. Okay, he said. I'm ready. David extended his hand. This time, when Marcus reached out, he could touch it, could feel the warmth, the solidity. One more thing, Marcus said. The ring, in the sock drawer. Can you... I don't know how this works. Can you make sure Rachel knows it was for her, that I was going to propose? David smiled. She already knows, she found it, and she's wearing it on a chain around her neck. Marcus felt his heart, or whatever he had instead of a heart now, swell with love and break with sadness at the same time. That's very her, he said, smiling through tears. It is, David agreed. And then, together, they walked toward the light that Marcus could suddenly see forming in the corner of the room. A doorway, a passage, an opening to something else, something new. The light wasn't bright in a painful way. It was warm, welcoming, like sunrise through a window or candlelight in the dark. Marcus stepped towards it with David's hand on his shoulder. And as he crossed the threshold, everything changed. The apartment faded away. Rachel faded away. The physical world dissolved like mist in the morning sun. And Marcus found himself somewhere else. It's hard to describe what the spiritual plane looks like to someone who's never been there. Because it's not really a place in the physical sense. It's more like a state of being. Marcus experienced it as a vast, open space filled with soft light. No walls, no ceiling, no floor. Just light and presence and peace and people. Lots of people. Some were guides like David, helping newcomers adjust. Some were recent arrivals like Marcus, looking confused and overwhelmed and in need of help. And some were just there, existing, learning, growing, healing from whatever wounds they'd carried from their physical lives. "Welcome," David said, "to what comes next." Marcus looked around, taking it all in. "How long will I be here?" "As long as you need." Could be months by Earth time, could be years, could be centuries. Again, time is different here. You'll stay until you've learned what you need to learn, healed what you need to heal, grown in the ways you need to grow. And then you'll reincarnate, return to Earth in a new body with a new life, new lessons to learn. It's called evolution, spiritual evolution. We all go through it, many times, hundreds of times, thousands for some of us. "I'll come back?" "Eventually, when you're ready, when you've chosen your next life's challenges and opportunities." Marcus tried to process this. Will I remember this? Will I remember Rachel? My life as Marcus? Not consciously, no, but deep down in your soul, you'll carry the lessons. The love, the growth, it shapes who you become in your next life, even if you don't remember the specifics. "So I'll forget her." Not exactly. You'll carry her impact forever. The love you shared shaped your soul. That never goes away. Marcus felt tears again, but this time they weren't tears of grief. They were tears of something else, something bigger, a sense of the vast, beautiful, terrifying scope of existence. "I have so many questions," he said. David laughed. "Everyone does, and that's perfect. Questions mean growth. Come on, let me introduce you to some others. There's a whole community here. People who've been through what you're going through, people who'll help you find your way." As they walked, or floated, or moved in whatever way movement works in a place without space, Marcus felt the panic and confusion of the past days beginning to lift. He was dead. That was true. His life as Marcus Chen was over. That was true, but he wasn't gone. He wasn't nothing. He was just different, changed, transformed into something he didn't fully understand. Yet, but would, in time. Back on Earth, in a Brooklyn apartment, Rachel woke up. She touched the ring on the chain around her neck, felt its weight, its promise, its memory. And somewhere, deep in her heart, that place where love lives even after loss, she felt something shift, a warmth, a presence, a sense that Marcus wasn't truly gone, that wherever he was, whatever happened next, the love they'd shared continued, in different forms, in different ways, but continued, because love doesn't end. Not in death, not in life, not ever. Rachel didn't hear Marcus say, "I love you" one last time as he crossed over. She didn't hear David explain the spiritual realm or talk about reincarnation or growth, but she felt something, a peace, a release, a sense that Marcus was okay, that he'd found his way to wherever he was meant to go, and that was enough. In the spiritual plane, Marcus turned to David. "Thank you," he said, "for being patient with me, for not giving up when I thought you were, well, you know." David grinned. "Trying to seduce you with death metaphors?" Marcus laughed. "Yeah, that." In my defense, that was a first. Usually people think I'm an angel or their dead grandfather or a hallucination. You're the first to go with stalker. I was in denial. "Oh, I know, but we'll laugh about it later. Trust me, the spiritual realm has a great sense of humor. You'll fit right in." And he was right. Marcus did fit in. Eventually. It took time. It took learning. It took accepting that his human life was one chapter in a much longer story. But he found his peace. He found his purpose. he found his way forward. Because death isn't the end, it's just a transition, a door closing and another opening, a breath released and another drawn in a different form. Marcus Chen died at 28, but his soul, the essence of who he was, the love he'd shared, the lessons he'd learned, continued in the vast, beautiful, mysterious journey of existence. And somewhere, someday, when the time is right, he'll return in a new body, with a new name, with new lessons to learn and new love to share, because that's how it works. That's how it's always worked. Life, death, rebirth, evolution, again and again and again, forever. Pause. Thank you for listening to Marcus's story, to his confusion, his denial, his acceptance, and his transition. If you've ever wondered what happens after we die, if you've ever feared the unknown beyond this life, I hope this story brought you some comfort. Death isn't the end, it's just different. And those we love aren't truly gone. They've just moved to another room in a house with infinite doors. If this story resonated with you, if it made you think or smile or feel a little less afraid, please subscribe. There are more stories like this, more spirits discovering they've crossed over, more patient mentors guiding them home, more proof that love transcends everything, even death. New episodes every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Step between worlds with us.